I created this space for business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, mentors, and people in the online space. Let your automation do all the heavy lifting for you. I've gone and taken all my skills that I've learned over the last 10 years of building my own brand. We do this thing called auditing as e-commerce designers. And what that is that we rebrand, we create marketing out of your content that you have in your phone right now. We dazzle it up and we make it fucking pop. Put it into offers in your Stan Store account and make sure it looks legit. I started my journey in 2015 officially. So when I was really, really young, I created this sketch of this brand I was going to have. And little did I know that it was going to become something eventually. So it was called Royal back then, and it was taken. So it kind of killed my buzz. I shelved it, and then I found it one day when I was cleaning through my paperwork, and I was like, oh, so I started sketching again and like changing it. I turned it to Loyal. It was taken. Same dumb shit again. So I shelved it. And then a few years go past and I find it again and I am staring at it and I'm like, oh, maybe I take the bottom of the Y out of the Loyal, and it looked quite cool, like love all. And at that time I was on this journey discovering the Bible and scriptures and Jesus and all that walk, and it was amazing. If you haven't opened your heart up to the Holy Spirit yet, it's like worth it. Talking about how it turned to love all, and I took a course and I learned how to graphic design using Adobe Illustrator. So I figured it out how to digitize my brand. I also went down the path of figuring out how to go about finding somebody who does that because I didn't know. So I learned it was a graphic designer I was looking for. You need a graphic designer if you're looking for somebody to digitize your logo if it's quite complicated and you can't get it done in Canva. Otherwise, just use Canva. Canva is amazing. It can about do everything that a graphic designer needs for all across everything across your social media platforms. I will be creating video tutorials for those of you who have complicated designs, and AI is doing some incredible things. So if you aren't learning how to prompt, then you're a little bit behind. Do some little bit of research on prompting. The information's everywhere, but if you're telling your bot the right information, it can literally create your brand. Proof right there. That was created from, can you please create me a logo called Digital Cash Assets? It looks like a coin, sort of like a little bit Bitcoiny, and like it took a process. Like there's a whole stack. I'll put them here somewhere. I made it create, and then I decided which one. But that's on the paid version of GPT Chat. So the paid version is really, really good. At the moment, I'm in the process of applying for funding. So that's coming. It's not a maybe, it's a definite coming. So my job is to do all the heavy lifting for my team. Thank you so much for those of you that are on my matrix. And if you're not, why the heck not? Because this opportunity is incredible. If you do not have a business, what's going to happen is you don't have any habits to unlearn. Like you're just a clear canvas of amazing Mozart. There were obstacles at every freaking step. For every step, there was just so much going on. For every breakthrough, there was just a horrible thing going on in the background. Oh no, that's a musician. I mean, like Picasso. Yeah. Leonardo da Vinci. So the other night I was reflecting, right, about this, and like, why is every time I have a huge breakthrough in my business and my life, there's an equally opposite thing going on, and like the type of stuff that'll make you want to give up, the losses that it's taken, the sacrifice, the late nights, the early wake ups, getting up from mistakes, not knowing the questions to ask, like knowing what I want and not having the language or someone to kind of say, I was getting shut down a lot though. But technology is quite, cutting edge. So not many people know about it. So when we're talking to the old school, they're just like, it won't work for the systems that worked for their times. We're living in a time where millions can be created. I mean, of one product. Toothpaste in another community that I'm involved in, or fucking toothpaste, one product. Anyway, you can sell other people's products and make an earn. And all you're actually doing is living your best life and trying the stuff that you're selling and sharing it with people. It's not on until I was wearing it. Now everybody wants it. And they'll be crying like, well, they never want it because they don't want a fucking computerized version of it. You know? They want to see you wearing it. So that's the breakthrough moment. You want to have that on you. And so my vision is that through all my brands, I'm able to create enough wealth to steward. I'm able to create enough wealth to build papakainga all throughout Aotearoa, where when people are in hardship, our most vulnerable are in hardship, they're able to come into a space. It's tikanga Māori, you know, tika and pono, it's our ways, right? Now it's costing about $1 million to be able to buy an entire farm with shitloads of hectares and acres. Now that's what I'm talking about, and let's do the math on how easy it is to get to a fucking $1 million. Got to know, because what we're doing is building new neurological pathways in our minds. So we're thinking about things that are different. We are actually focusing on different problems to the problems that our ancestors were focused on, and that's that whawhai within. Like, I need to be good at this because this is what was the epitome for my parents this time, and now we're in this time. So staying authentic and staying my finger on the pulse of knowing, you know, I've got to keep measuring, I've got to keep reflecting, I've got to keep on my shit. So if you think, fuck, you swear a lot, bro, you want to imagine the way that I like have these chats with myself. It's pretty rough, and that's how we get the standard, the gold standard, baby. And that's really, really important to me, that it's about character shaping more so than it is business. Because for me, as I'm sharing, I want it to be like a tonga. I don't want this to be just like some money making scheme. No, it isn't. This is setting ourselves up for our future generations to have wealth on their own land. This is our hectares and acres. Our whanau is calling out to us to go home. We're crying, high rent, bro. I just stole the rent money to get here. Because I believe that's how on fire I am for you, for me, for this country, for this nation, and fucking Christopher Locks. Calm down. Your communication sorted out.